So I need to eat big right now. I just did a leg workout in my garage. That means I need carbs, but I always hate it when this happens. So last night I put some of this biryani rice, which by the way is the most magical rice in the world. It's so magical that my camera doesn't even want to focus. Oh, there it is. Now I put that in my rice cooker, and I know what you're thinking. That's way too small of a rice cooker for me, and you're absolutely right. But here's what I did. What I usually do, I'll put some bone broth in there. Now make sure you get the bone broth and not the beef broth. The beauty of cooking your rice in bone broth is that bone broth has collagen protein. Now collagen protein is good for your face, your eyes, your ears, your nails, your skin. It makes you look, supposedly, it makes you look really pretty. That's why I'm taking a whole lot of it. Hopefully in a couple of weeks it'll pay off. But I put it in last night and now it's all scrapey. It's way too hard. This is what I ended up with now. So this is all the rice I have left. You already know. 200-pound guy, 6'0", this is not enough carbs. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get me a sweet potato, chop it up right there, go put it on the Traeger, which is outside over there. If you do not eat your carbs, you will lose muscle. Now, speaking of muscle, what if I told you that there are about 8 to 9 steps on the ladder towards the almost elusive place beyond the pines called Six-Pack City? Most people never get there. Some people visit, some people see it and wave. Some people actually go inside, stay there for a little bit. Some people live there for their whole entire life. And you're there when you're a guy with a body fat percentage of 15% and less. Girls, 20% and less. You don't necessarily have to have a six-pack, just lines in your stomach without pulling your skin tight. Cliche. Here comes the cliche. Abs are made in the kitchen. You already know that if you want to get a six-pack, you got to eat right, and then you got to eat right, and then you got to eat right. You got to do some exercise, and then you got to go eat right and sleep right and get a lot of water in, and then you got to go exercise and eat right. So I made you the 8 steps in order to get to Six-Pack City. It might be 9, but anyway, here we go. Check this out. Step number 1, as you can see, is not calories, it's your water intake. 80% of America is dehydrated as we speak right now. Now, if you do not have the discipline to at least aim to get a gallon of water a day, then forget about everything else. Get that done first. Step number 2 is not your calories either, because first you need to understand, what are you even trying to do? You want to make some gains, meaning you want to gain some muscle, gain some weight, or do you want to lose some fat instead? If you know that, then you can take it on to level number 3, and level number 3 is your calories. And calories, as you know by now, if you want to lose weight, you got to cut about 300 or 500 from your maintenance level. You want to gain weight, you got to add 300, blah, 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 blah. Level number 4 is your macros. Macros are your carbs, proteins, fats, and you got to understand what they do. Carbs give you energy, protein rebuilds muscle, and fats regulate your hormones. Once you have that in your head, the best way to get good macros every single day is to get your protein in order, and all you need to do is just get 30% of your calories from protein every single day. And the best way to do that is to eat protein with every single meal. Every time one of your coworkers offers you a cake, a Porto sandwich, whatever, some concoction they made at home, look them straight in the eye and you say, where's the protein? Every meal has to have protein. Every meal has to have protein. Protein should be in every single meal. It's that important. I'm looking at this, and it's 8 steps that I wrote down, but really these first 5 is really all you need. You can get to Six-Pack City with just these 5 steps right here. Anyway, step number 6 is intermittent fasting. Don't eat for a certain amount of time during the day. That's your fasting period, and then you overeat during a certain eating window, and usually you have your biggest meal late at night. Now, the benefit of intermittent fasting is that you replenish your liver enzymes during the fasting time, and it's socially very acceptable because at night you have your biggest meal, so you can go out to eat, you can eat with your family. The problem is that if you are on 2,000 calories or more, it's very hard to fit all those calories in a short eating window, and oftentimes people eat right before going to bed, and it kind of messes with their digestion a little bit. This is just something you're gonna have to try, intermittent fasting. It's really nothing more than a creative way of getting on a caloric deficit. Step number 7 is, in my opinion, and by the way, this whole video is just my opinion, you don't have to agree with it at all, but step number 7 is way more complex than anything you ever need. It is carb cycling. Low carbs on your off days, and you eat high carbs on your workout days. Carb cycling is the only way to properly go low carb. Your body starts using fat for fuel, but then you replenish yourself every other day or so, and you are miserable and you have low energy, and you're probably gonna get lethargic and mood swings. But, you know, maybe it'll give you 5% faster results. Now, step number 8, now that I'm looking at this list, is actually really important. Step number 8 is to turn it into a lifestyle and try to find joy in the way that you're eating. And the best way to do that is to just get results. Once you're getting those results and you're in six-pack city, the only way that you're actually going to want to stay in six-pack city is if you're having a good time. You got to be that little kid in Disneyland. You want to stay there. Your parents might want to leave, but then you ask your parents, can we please stay? Your parents say, if you behave. And how do you behave? You drink your water, set your goals, get your calories right, get your macros right, and your protein. And if you want to be really cool and super interesting, then go intermittent fasting and do carb cycling instead. But you got to turn this into a lifestyle. And that's it. 8 steps for you to get to the pearly white gates of six-pack city. Now, I appreciate you watching all the way to the end of this video. I'm going to tell you a little secret that you already know, and nobody ever lives in six-pack city all the time. I just did a photo shoot, my first photo shoot, and if I did not have a good photographer, proper lighting, like this right here, and nobody's here, a little bit of baby oil, that goes a long way. Don't get too caught up in this, guys. It's cool. Just get your body fat down and you'll get there. You can do it. I believe in you. Take it one step at a time. I'm gonna go check on my sweet potatoes, but I'll see you guys later.